Welcome to the Daisy Show. My name is Andrew. This is my wife, Beck.
Hello.
Let's get into it. What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about diets through the ages.
Okay. Diets, fads and follies.
Yes.
All right.
I don't really know what folly means. So
Neither do I. It's an old-fashioned word.
okay. Well,
And I'm hip and young with the kids.
okay. Well, hopefully after this podcast airs, your mum can call us and tell us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fabulous. So, the main reason why I wanted to talk about this, because I thought it would be interesting, was because I thought about that Vogue diet, which was from the 1960s, 70s. And that is, I think it recently got like revived.
It comes up on the internet every couple of
Like
years.
some people try it and stuff.
No, they don't. Is it even real? Like, is it actually confirmed, or is this a joke about the olden days? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, it was first popular in 1962.
Okay.
And then later it was published in Vogue in 1977. And it was like, this is a fast 3-day diet that you can use to get in shape rapidly.
Oh, so you're only supposed to do it for 3 days?
Yeah, it's only 3 days.
Okay.
And basically, it's just about being drunk or something the whole time. Because it's
Sounds
like,
excellent.
oh, I've got it here on my screen. 1 hard-boiled egg and then 1 glass of white wine.
Is that breakfast?
And some black coffee, yes. It says dry, preferably Chablis.
Chablis. Yeah, that's
So
what...
take me to Italy and this diet is fine because you're just going to be drunk the whole time.
Okay.
And so that's breakfast. Then lunch is 2 hard-boiled eggs, but poached if necessary. Whatever. That makes no difference. And then two glasses of white wine this time. Before it was just 1 glass. This time you get to have 2 glasses
Big lunch.
of white wine and then black coffee. And then for dinner, it's 5 ounces, which is 150 grams of steak grilled with black pepper, lemon juice, and then the remainder of the bottle of white wine. And then black coffee. What the? Okay.
So that's your problem, is coffee in the PM. Okay. Look, I don't
So
hate
this
it.
whole day I would just be drunk. Like, to start off with wine. Like, aren't you an alcoholic?
So is the point that you're a little tipsy, you're in a good mood, so you don't care about being fat anymore? Or is it you're numbing the pain of being in a calorie deficit?
I think so, yeah. I think it's definitely easier to eat less when you drink alcohol, but then you're still having more calories from the alcohol.
So with your steak, you're allowed lemon juice and pepper. So there's no vegetables, there's no carbs on the side. Yeah, well, carbs will make you fat. So that makes
Yes, well, except for the wine, but it's just basically some protein and protein.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty good.
So it's 3 days of...
You get your carbs from the wine.
This is surprising too, because
It's a balanced
basically
diet.
it was said during that time that you can lose 5 pounds in 3 days. That's what it's like advertised as.
Sure.
Lose 5 pounds in 3 days. So
Interesting.
2.5 kilos. And
2.27.
then but also you're going to get really constipated on that diet because you're going to be dehydrated beyond anything because you're having
You can still drink water.
wine, coffee, protein, no fiber. Everything you drink makes you dehydrated straight away.
No, look, you're just being negative. You're being a hater. The coffee balances out the wine, you see? So it's a balanced diet.
I don't understand how it balances it
Well, you're
out.
not going to be constipated if you're drinking coffee all day. Science. Trust the science.
Okay, that's the purpose then.
And the purpose is to drop 5 pounds in 3 days. So this is not functionally very different to low-carb dieting. Like when you see all these, we can help you drop 20 pounds in 6 weeks reliably, or look at the first 2 weeks results for this person. All of those things are about just dramatically reducing your carbs, and then as a result, dramatically reducing the amount of glycogen in your system, and so you just lose a shitload of water weight. You don't actually improve your body composition, but the scale weight does go down quite a lot. Like if you manipulate the level of water in your body, you can change the scale weight real big, real fast, and it is absolutely meaningless. Except when you have so many pounds in such a short time, it's great for sales. Like you're telling people, here's the too good to be true solution. So that's exactly what people want to buy.
Yes, exactly.
That's human nature in 2025 or in 1970 or 60, whatever.
Yeah.
It's never going to change.
Exactly. People want fast, dramatic fat loss, or it's a waste of their time.
So 150 grams of steak, that's about 30 grams of protein, and 3 eggs is about 21 grams of protein. So we're up to 51 grams of protein, and that's it. That's the food for the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's severely low
51
calories.
grams of protein.
Oops.
About 21 grams of fat, and however many calories is in a bottle of Chablis.
Yeah,
That's your diet.
This for me would be a great holiday diet. This is what I want to eat on my holidays.
This sounds like something you would do. Just delete the first wine and delete the last coffee, and it's pretty close.
And change it to like a mimosa. That's more reasonable, apparently. But
and the eggs are going to be.
I was reading through all of this. I was like, we could create a mini series where I try all these diets, and then I can provide my
constipation report. Seems to be where your mind goes straight away.
No, it doesn't.
Fecophiliac.
Well, gut health is super important to your overall health and well-being.
I just told you, this morning.
And I don't need to hear it. Thank you.
I think
we can spare the audience too.
The graphic details?
Yeah, let's not. Sorry.
So sensitive.
So anyway, what I was saying was I could do that diet, but I think it's a bit ridiculous because why do I want to be drunk all day long? Like, how am I going to get shit done, firstly? And also, I don't want to drink coffee if I'm drinking that much alcohol because I'm going to want to take a nap.
But remember, the fat loss supplements in those days was like methamphetamine. So it is. So you stacked that with your housewife's meth, whatever it was called.
What was it? What was the meth?
I can't remember what it's called.
Cocaine.
Pseudoephedrine.
Oh, well, that's easily available here.
Here, and back when the West was free, they used to market that. And all of these housewives on speed doing the vacuuming and fast forward in their polka dot dresses and high heels and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Crazy times.
Yeah, so I can do a mini-series. If you would like to see a mini-series, comment below.
Oh, do not encourage it.
I know. Okay, so let's go back to the start.
All right, is that even a fad? Sorry, just to wrap this one up. Like, again, I object, Your Honor. Like, is this even real? Did anyone seriously do that?
According to the reports, this regime was followed by models before important events to ensure they looked their best in photographs and on the runway. But then it was marketed by Vogue, so I guess it was just like models starving themselves, essentially.
Yeah, models
and being drunk.
Do crazy shit. Yeah, okay.
So, but I'm going to go back to the start of what I actually found. For the 1940s, it was the master cleanse regime that was super popular in the 1940s, which is just that, like a juice lemonade thing with cayenne pepper and maple syrup, and that's all you just drink that all day long. And then later you do like a saltwater flush to go to the loo very rapidly.
I'm sorry, a what?
I believe it's saying a saltwater flush.
What is that?
It means Epsom salts. If you drink Epsom salts in warm water, dissolve it in warm water and drink it, you will shit your pants. You'll shit your pants if you do that.
Okay.
And so that's part of the diet. So this is just another one of like dehydration and I guess, what are you having in the drink? Maybe a little bit of carbs, but really no substance. It's a purely liquid diet and then pooing yourself a lot.
Jesus Christ.
Cayenne pepper, and it's basically a juice fast. So no food is allowed.
Right.
So that was popular in the 1940s.
Was it though? Again, I object. Was it actually popular? Somebody on the internet says it's popular, but I'm not sure. Also, what does the 1940s mean? That's quite a decade to pick. Like 40 to 45 and 46 to 50 are two very different time periods. Like, I'm wondering, some of these bullshit diets might be about marketing. You might have diets in, perhaps the UK where they're doing food rationing and stuff. And they're like, oh, you're not starving for the war effort. You're dieting, They try and use some propaganda to go, actually, you want to eat this one thing that we have available. I don't know.
That's a good point.
Right, what else have you got?
Then the 1960s, I found this diet called the Sleeping Beauty diet, which involves sedating yourself to avoid eating. So you can just sleep all day, which another one for me, this sounds fantastic. If you've got...
Yeah, this one's got your name all over. Now I understand. This is why she wants to do it. Yeah, got it.
I mean, it doesn't say what
sedatives to use.
Yeah, what drugs you need.
Chablis.
No, I'm thinking something a bit stronger because it says that it was a dangerous trend. So people may have ended up killing themselves. Yeah, it doesn't say what sort of sedative.
Okay, cool. Cool
so
story.
If you have literally nothing to do with your day
Yeah.
and you just want to sleep all day, you could easily do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so moving on. So then we have Then we were at the Vogue diet in 1977.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so far all of these are just horrendous.
Yep.
Then we have one that was from around the 1990s. It became popular. And lots of people know it, the Atkins diet.
Yeah, now, is this basically low-carb dieting?
Low carb, but also high fat, high protein. Severely low carb. Because you want to be in ketosis.
It's low-carb dieting, yep.
Yeah.
So some bloke named Atkins got keto dieting from bodybuilders decades before him and then put his own name on it, wrote a book and got rich.
Yeah, and then also not just the book. You would still see it in the shops in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Atkins bars in the health food section.
Yep.
It's like the high protein, low carb crap with maltitol.
Yeah.
And then, so you can still buy Atkins products.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And just what a waste of money.
This is why voting should not be universal. This is another solid piece of evidence.
Yeah. And also, you just feel horrendous on that diet.
No, maybe not. Like, once you're in ketosis, then you're fine. Like, your body's running on that system instead, and it's okay. The problem is that it's pointless. I remember.
Why?
Well, because, I'm going to give away the ending of the show if I say that. Because it's about calorie fucking deficit. That's why.
Yes. And then eventually you're saying they're going to eat too much.
No. I'm saying if you get your calorie deficit, you get your calorie deficit. It doesn't matter. Like, you can do whatever you want. Those other ridiculous diets would work too, so long as they're a calorie deficit. Like, if you just keep your wine consumption under your daily calories, your total daily energy expenditure, if you burn more calories than you drink in wine, like, you can have skinny alcoholics. So,
oh yeah,
there you go. That shows that the calorie deficit works. I mean, that's the logic, right? Atkins is the secret key, right? Now I'm skinny. So that proves that the low carb thing works. All right. Well, I can point you at a skinny alcoholic and go, right, drinking a bottle of scotch a day. He's skinny. So there's the proof that scotch makes you skinny. Like, you're an idiot. It's about the calories. What the calories are, where they come from, doesn't actually matter if all you're looking at is scale weight.
Yeah. And
damn it, I ruined the episode. I assumed that was where we were building to.
So it's fine. So that is what a lot of women get caught up on, is the scale weight needs to drop.
Oh, yes.
It must drop, and I don't care where it drops from, if it's my water intake or I got to shit myself so it's not there on the scales or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're just happy that the scale weight dropped.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think a lot of men would be doing any of the diets we've listed thus far, is what I'm saying.
Right. Well, I mean, if you go further back in time, 1800s, they would have fasting clinics where they just put you in jail and you just don't eat.
Okay.
And so if you look after someone's micronutrient needs somehow, they've got enough vitamins and minerals and water and sunshine and stuff. If they are carrying like 500,000 stored calories of body fat, they can live off that 500,000 calories easy for months. And they did. There's stories about one guy who like just didn't eat for a year and a half because he was enormously fat.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard that story.
Yeah, because he did all the eating he needed to do ahead of time.
Yeah, I want to look that up.
And unlike, I got skinny doing Atkins, or I got skinny doing the bottle of scotch a day diet, that actually does prove it's just the calories.
Yeah. Calories are king. Still.
Well, yes, physics still is real.
Sorry, then I'm continuing along in the 1990s.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more fun diets for people to try. It's the blood type diet, which is you obviously need to eat a different diet according to your blood type. So you would need to know your blood type, firstly. And a lot of people don't. I mean, I certainly don't. Because I just lied on my Indonesian driver's license thing about I think it's B. And you're like, okay.
Okay.
So if you're type O, you get to eat a high-protein diet similar to hunter-gatherers. So that's great. You want to be type O if you're like a normal person.
How do I change my blood type?
Type A is a vegetarian diet. Type B is more diverse and includes meat, fruit, and dairy. And then type AB is a combination of the A and B diets.
Oh,
with an emphasis on seafood as well. But obviously there's no scientific basis for any of this stuff that this dude came up with.
You don't say.
And there's limited health benefits. So
limited health benefits. What a polite way to put it. Yep.
So I don't really know how people even publish books like this. And then people read them. And I did read one of these books back in the day too. Like when I was in university, I remember reading the blood type diet.
Good Lord.
And being like, oh, okay, that's what I should do. But again, I don't even know what my blood type is.
You read the whole book and you still didn't even find out what your blood type is.
And my mum would know.
What a waste.
Yeah.
I know you've been eating wrong your whole life. And that's also, by the way, the implication, 75% chance that you've been living your whole life eating the wrong things. And so now you're poisoned and inflamed and fat or something, whatever it's supposed to solve. Good Lord. And just totally ignores it just totally ignores the fact that if you look around the planet, and this is another one of those luxury beliefs, this is something that you can only possibly believe at this point in time, when you can freeze something, put it on a ship, and ship it across the world, so that now you have the choice to eat anything. Whereas, and that's a very recent development. The entire 200, 300,000 years of human beings, we've eaten whatever is within a couple of kilometers of our grass hut. And that is going to be different all over the world. And there's different blood types all over the world. So there's those tribes in Africa that eat nothing but goat blood and milk or something. And then the Inuit who are living on seal blubber and fish. And there's people all around the world with these radically different diets with no massive difference in health outcomes or obesity rates or blah, 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 blah. So clearly we are omnivores and we can adapt, and we walked across the world and we ate whatever we found and we worked it out. And it's only now that we have the luxury, we can choose to complicate it to this absurd extent. And also blame everything other than the fact that you can't put the fucking Twinkies down. That's the problem. Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, we don't really have Twinkies, so I don't really know what that is.
What do you mean we? We're in Indonesia. We escaped.
Well, in Indonesia we don't have that.
I don't think they
that's
have
for sure.
Twinkies in America either. I think they got cancelled.
Okay, good. That makes sense. No, but this blood type diet thing sounds to me like similar to this whole like, this is your magic hormonal profile diet.
Oh, God.
Like it sounds very similar. Oh, of course. That's why I'm not losing weight. I didn't do all these tests to check exactly where I was going wrong with overeating Twinkies and what should I be eating. You know, it sounds very similar. And those are the types of people who would have believed that also believe the magic hormonal diet thing that's being advertised at them probably now-ish. Because it's only now-ish that we've seen so much of that.
1,000%. Except
Yeah.
we spoke a few weeks ago about Poliquin and his chicanery. So that's what you're talking about. We take skin folds to measure hormones, already impossible, and then based upon that, and then stretching some pseudoscience from the thing that we didn't even really measure, prescribe this vegetable and not that vegetable, because otherwise, you know, your hormones will be wrong, and then therefore you'll hang on to fat because of your hormones or some witchcraft bullshit. Yes, it is the same. It's this trying to find some minutia, some detail, the one weird trick or the scientific breakthrough or whatever, anything other than you just keep stuffing more calories down your neck than you need. We just have to avoid that. We rule that out immediately and then go looking for nonsense. There's a demand for nonsense.
Yeah.
And so I've reached this point of outrage fatigue where I don't even get mad at these shysters anymore. It's like, okay, there's a demand. There is a demand.
Yeah, you're still waiting to come up with your magical diet.
Exactly. I want to join them. All right? I can't beat them. Join them. There's a demand for bullshit. So so I can't blame the bullshit artist. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Okay. So next I have in the 2000s, the South Beach diet, which I didn't know what that was.
Neither do I.
So I had to look that up, and it is focusing on a low GI diet, so a low glycemic index with
back to hormones again.
And then they're saying that obviously there are good and bad carbohydrates. And this was definitely popular in the 2000s because I remember my dad reading a book about low GI foods then, and he still follows the fundamentals of that, like with his breakfast cereal with oats and a variety of different kinds of grains, and then certain fruits.
Hasn't your dad been like 9% body fat his entire life?
I don't know.
What was he hoping to gain from this? What was it? South Beach. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, well, I think he just sort of read a low GI book to understand the difference there, and different carbohydrates have different glycemic indexes.
Yeah.
And can spike your blood sugar, and then you get hungry again.
Cool story.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Well, yeah, like you will, yes. Yeah, sure.
No, what was my dad hoping to achieve? I think he just didn't want his waist measurement to increase as he got older and later on in life.
Okay.
Wanted to always maintain his current weight.
Right.
Which is what a lot of people don't really strive to do. Just if you can just if you're already in good shape, just maintain it, and then you're going to be fine in old age. It's going to be okay. Like, just stop eating too much and everything's going to be okay as you get older.
That's the equivalent of the financial advice. It's easy. Just put $5 million into high yield returns, live off the 10%, you live on $500,000 a year. Your financial problems are solved. You're welcome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so for those who don't know, the magic is supposed to be in the insulin response. So you can't store fat without the presence of insulin. You can. And insulin in and of itself is not going to make you store more fat. But these are the kind of assumptions that those diets are predicated on, that the glycemic index of the calories makes a difference to the fucking laws of physics. That suddenly, if I burn 3,000 calories a day and I eat 3,000 calories of high glycemic index foods, I will start gaining weight because of my hormones. My insulin will be through the roof because I eat nothing but 3,000 calories of Snickers bars, and therefore I will gain weight even though I'm not overeating. And that's just not true. I can maintain my body weight on 3,000 calories of Snickers. It's sugar. Like whether it's a sweet potato or a Snickers bar, it gets digested into blood sugar, right? And the rate at which that happens is actually not that important in the grand scheme of things. In the micro, yes, blood sugar goes up and then you have the blood sugar crash and you feel terrible and trembly and cold, and then you may be tempted to go and eat more stuff because you've got this energy crash, and then eat more Snickers, and then I start eating 4,000 calories of Snickers a day, so then I start gaining weight, right?
Yeah.
But it's the extra 1,000 calories that is doing it. The hormones can change how I feel, and how I feel might change my behavior, and then my behavior might increase the amount of calories I'm eating, and then I get fat. There's a few links in there. It's not a direct cause and effect.
Yes, exactly.
But again, no fat person has ever overeaten, so they know that that's not the problem. It must be insulin. And this stuff has been mocked so savagely in the last 10 years, 15 years by the evidence-based sort of bodybuilding community. It's now known as the insulin fairy myth, where because you ate something high glycemic, the insulin fairy visited you in the middle of the night and added extra calories to your day.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm glad that people have mocked this. Okay, so moving on to the 2010s.
God, what now?
The Paleo diet, also known as the caveman diet, Paleolithic diet. It's based on what we were meant to be eating back then.
And this is the opinion of paleontologists? No. If you want to understand paleontology, you need to ask a CrossFitter. They will tell you.
Or you can watch Friends. Ross is a paleontologist. You'd probably gain more information watching that than
talking to a CrossFitter.
Yeah. So basically it is foods that you would hunt and gather. So fish, meat, legumes, grains, dairy.
Right. Well, that sounds like a good idea.
But I think the main thing what they're trying to do is cut out processed foods. So like they're saying don't eat your Fruit Loops, and instead, what are you meant to eat? Your oats. Maybe
some indigenous tribes could only hunt Fruit Loops. They had nothing else to eat. They may have adapted. But it depends on their blood diet, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that sounds like a good idea, avoiding processed foods.
Yeah.
So now we've found something that actually sounds sensible.
Yeah.
Now,
because it doesn't cut out whole food groups. It's still giving you carbohydrates, protein, and fat. So it's way more reasonable, something you can stick to for quite a while. And it's saying, the fundamentals is unprocessed foods, because our ancestors weren't eating donuts from, what's that? Oh, Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, we don't have that here. But yeah, they weren't eating those. That's the point.
We have another donut shop, though.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, they're good.
It's in Denpasar, though.
No, there's a few of them around. There's one in Tabernan. Why are you looking at me like that?
How do you know that? You don't even like donuts.
I weigh like 260 pounds. I'm clearly not allergic to a donut.
I don't know how much that is in kilograms.
About 9 to 14 kilograms too much.
Okay.
So we need to assess the validity of something based upon its claims. Like, what is it supposed to do? I mean, if the claim here is this is more in alignment with what we would naturally eat and therefore it is going to be more healthy, because we've gotten to this point where now so much of the modern diet is food products rather than foods, and the additives are not good for you, and the processing removes stuff that is good for you. So eating whole foods will get you more micronutrients and blah, blah, blah. And if you eat whole foods, it will come with water, it will come with fiber, it will fill you up, which means the exact opposite of that Snickers scenario, you're more likely to be more full and less likely to go and overeat. And so it influences your behavior in the right direction. If that's the case, then I would say, fine, go do paleo if you want.
Yep.
But I don't know what it was originally for. I assume it was for health rather than get skinny for a modeling photo shoot in Vogue.
Yeah, well, there are obviously potential benefits like weight loss and improved blood sugar control.
Yep.
But yeah, you're not saying like you're rapidly going to lose 5 kilos in a week, because that's definitely not going to happen. But I think it is good in that people could assess like what they're eating a lot of. And if it's a lot of McDonald's, then maybe a little bit less of that.
McDonald's is not paleo.
I don't know. Should we Google it?
Nah, we'll just assume it is and have Macca's after this.
No, thanks. I don't want it. It always gives me a stomach ache.
That's because you don't have the right gut health. You got to eat more McDonald's to adapt. You got to become the McDonald's burning machine.
Yeah. So, yep.
So paleo.
Nextly. Is that a word?
Is now.
I don't think it is.
Just act confident like it didn't happen.
Nextly, it is high protein. Oh, we're in the 2020s, so we're in the now. We have high protein diets, yay.
Right.
And then plant-based vegan diets, boo. So this is, this is nowadays. Okay, good. So there's lots more people into health and fitness and bodybuilding, so they're more aware of their protein intake and they're trying to eat more protein. And then I guess there's still vegans who are trying to eat plant-based foods for everything, which is depressing. And I'm hoping that with that whole like carnivore diet thing, which is not the paleo diet, it's just carnivore diet, maybe that will eventually like flush out all the veganism.
It will flush out the veganism. Is this a salt flush type scenario? I'm learning so much today.
Well, it seems like a lot more people are more into eating like steak and butter and eggs for breakfast nowadays. I see a lot of that on Instagram.
It seems to me like people are more extreme and insane. And so they're going to go in insane directions in literally everything.
Yeah, okay. So you're still saying that veganism is still popular, do you think?
I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's growing or shrinking. If my thesis is correct, if you consider it a mental illness and everyone's getting more mentally ill, then it's probably growing. But I don't know. Can you Google it? Is veganism on the rise?
Yeah, let me just.
Because if you ask a dietitian, if you've got a patient and they are cutting out a whole food group based on some emotional, mental stress, they're going to go, that person's not okay, right? That's disordered eating. So to me, that meets like the minimum threshold of an eating disorder or disordered eating.
Yeah, it is.
Is on the rise?
Yeah, it's veganism is growing globally, including in Australia. I don't know why it said that to me. Maybe my VPN is in Sydney. While the number of people identifying as vegan may still be a small percentage of the overall population, the trend towards plant-based eating is gaining momentum due to various factors.
Okay.
That is more to do with animal welfare. Okay, I understand that point of view.
I don't.
But for your own health, it's not great.
The animal welfare thing is weird. Like, they have all those ads where they've got the sheep and the dog. Why would you love one and eat the other? But then, like, all manner of farming is going to kill millions of rodents and insects and blah, 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 blah. Like, why would you save the sheep and murder the vole and the field? The vole.
What's that?
It's a little rodent.
The rat, like the one I saw next door wearing a top hat hanging out with the dogs. I really did see a rat with a top hat at my neighbor's house just hanging out with the many dogs that they have. And I was like, I'm just going to go home now.
Had a cane. They were doing a musical number in the alleyway.
The dogs were not at all concerned by this giant rat.
Useless. Well, anyway. Yeah, so exactly the same logic of why would you eat the sheep or the cow and not the dog applies to why are you happy with the mass murder of insects and small animals for agriculture, but not okay with the sheep or the cow. It's just, you're doing the same thing. You just tell me you think that cows are cute and you don't want to eat them. Like, okay.
Cows are cute, but also delicious.
From a distance, they're a bit sort of smelly and...
Yeah, they do generate a lot of stench. Methane gas.
They're kind of like bodybuilders. It's good for looking at. You don't want to get too close to them.
Yeah, but the thing is saying the Indonesians also don't see the dogs as household pets because there's still a dog meat trade.
Depends on where you are in Indonesia. Mm-hmm. Because there's like 20 billion different islands and 20 billion different little subcultures. So I don't think there's any dog meat trade in Bali.
Yeah, maybe it's going to Java.
Certainly not Balinese doing it anyway. If people
yes,
are from
correct.
Other islands. Yeah. And that's tied into religion and culture.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And then, but I guess they're seeing all animals as some sort of food source.
Well, poverty and hunger will do that.
Yeah.
Ask Venezuela before they went... What did they do? What did they do with the last election? The chainsaw guy? Libertarian. Before they went libertarian. They were socialists. They were socialist until they had to open up the zoo and start eating zoo animals.
Oh, no. When did they have to do that?
That was not long ago. This was like 5 minutes ago. Socialism is failing to the extent that people are breaking into zoos to eat zoo animals after it was like an incredibly wealthy first world country, and socialism destroyed it. And then there'll still be kids in university going, we need more socialism. You know. But anyway, yeah, Javier Milei, he sorted it out with his chainsaw.
Okay.
Mad lad.
What did he do?
Great sideburns. Fired everyone.
Okay.
It was brilliant. Afuera! You haven't seen that video?
No.
So good. Love that guy.
But what you're saying is if you're not impoverished, you have enough money, you can choose to be vegan.
Correct.
So it is a luxury to choose to be vegan.
Yep.
Again. And then it probably is more expensive to follow a vegan diet because you have to buy all these magical like protein powders and...
Well, you got to work really, really hard to make up the nutritional deficiencies that you've inflicted upon yourself. So yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it can be done, but to me, it just seems like pointless effort.
Yeah.
And
well, it's a lot of work. Yeah, you could be doing other things, like going to the gym.
Well, I know I've got clients who are vegans.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, you've had some
very successful clients in the past.
Very successful fitness models
who
are very vegan.
Very vegan, and at the end of prep, went and got blood tests done to prove that they were healthy, and they were.
So they remained healthy.
Yeah.
The volume of food that they had to eat, though, was like a lot compared to your meat-eating clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of work. It can be done, and they did it. So good for you for doing the thing you want to do. I don't see the point.
Yeah, same.
If you go back to you're talking about luxury beliefs, and if you don't have any luxury, you make different decisions. The Grapes of Wrath. Read that book.
What's that about?
The Oklahoma Dust Bowl in the 1930s. Was it the 20s? I think it was the 30s in the USA. It's a novel. Whew, confronting. I won't ruin it for you. But
You said, I feel like the musical is coming on. Oklahoma, when the wind comes sweeping through the plains.
Same deal, yes.
Ah, okay. It's a good musical.
Okay. Well, sure. Is it fun and lighthearted? Or is there a bunch of starvation and poverty
I don't know.
involved?
It's a lot of singing, though.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not easily depressed, read The Grapes of Wrath. And,
I'm easily depressed, so I won't be reading
it will make you appreciate your life.
Okay, cool. Anyone who needs that?
Yeah, if you're a little bit soft, you're a little bit pampered, if you're going a little bit crazy with too much wealth and too much comfort and too many options, Just read about what happened literally 90 years ago in real life, and it might help change your perspective.
Yeah. So from my point of view, I think people need to have a more sensible approach to dieting and fat loss.
Boring.
And that's going to help them adhere to the diet long term and get results without feeling like total crap. And yeah, so that whole Vogue diet, I'm just sort of like, whoa, what are you going to do after 3 days? That's my question.
It doesn't matter because you've got your event in 3 days and you've dropped your 5 kilos or 5 pounds or whatever it is.
And then you're coming out of your drunkenness.
No, but you've trained for the event because you've been drinking every day. So when the big day comes, you're ready. The more I hear about it, the more sense it makes to me. I'm getting on board the Vogue diet.
Okay, it's more of a holiday diet.
I'm coming around.
I'll say.
Can I scale it up? Can I just do like 8 egg omelets?
Yeah, you could easily do that, but no, you're not allowed fried eggs.
And a red wine? I'm not allowed fried eggs. But they didn't have non-stick pans back then.
Oh.
So there's no difference between a fried egg in a non-stick pan and a poached or boiled egg, if you must. It's just heat applied to the egg with God knows what satanic chemicals leaching into it. But especially with our pan.
I know. Can you throw out all of our pans?
Well, can you do it? Like,
you
why
know
doesn't
what we
somebody do
need
it?
to get is a copper pot. Copper boom. Copper pot.
What? Yeah, the copper goes underneath for better heat distribution. It's not copper on the inside, is it?
Oh. I thought there were some things you could cook with that actually put iron in your food. Like I know you can buy those iron fish and you put it into your pans and it will put iron into your food. It's an iron fish. And you plop it into your food.
Plop it.
And you get more iron. So I thought copper was also giving you more copper.
Is everybody else learning all sorts of new things from Becky Lou? Because I sure am.
Okay.
I'm not sure I want to know much of it, but...
Well, I don't think the quality of our cooking items are that great.
They're shit house and they're definitely giving us cancer. And we need to do something about it.
Oh, but why bother when the garbage smoke blows into your house all day long?
It does
from
not.
the plastics.
It happens sometimes. You inhale a few burnt plastic fumes. You know, it's like reading The Grapes of Wrath makes you appreciate the clear air days even more.
Oh, of course. I do. And so what I also wanted to say about all of these diets that I think is important for women is that if you have any issue where you have previously had an eating disorder or disordered eating habits, you shouldn't engage in any of these diets. Would you agree?
Yep.
Because you might fall back into those overly restrictive habits where, you must follow the rules and you can only have, protein and fat or otherwise you've ruined your life and then, you're all depressed and sad and then you starve yourself for a day for not following the rules. Mm-hmm. Having a more reasonable, balanced approach where you do eat carbohydrates, fats and protein is far more reasonable. And if you want to lose weight, have a small calorie deficit that, again, is reasonable in that you can continue to be in that deficit without it ruining your life, your job, your relationship. So it has to be a deficit that is something you can, maintain for a while in order to get the results you want. Mm-hmm. That's what I have to say about that.
That's what you have to say. There's one more diet you didn't mention. Well, there's probably...
Oh, yeah, tell me.
There's probably a million more diets, but
there was quite a lot. I sort of picked the more interesting ones.
The more unhinged
There's
ones.
loads more, yeah.
There was one from, I think, the 90s as well, called the Zone Diet. I forget the name of the author of that book. But the premise was wrong, but the execution is kind of right, which really is a great... way to describe old school bodybuilding. Like they did things right, so they got results, but they actually didn't know much about precisely what they were doing and why it worked, but it didn't really matter. And the Zone Diet's kind of like that. So it's 40, 30, 30. So your calories broken up into macronutrients in calories, not grams, 40% carbs, 30% fat, 30% protein. And this ratio is magical. So this is the problem with this diet. This ratio is magical, and that's what's going to make you healthy and skinny and beautiful and lovable and stuff. In practice, what I have found is, so when I'm setting macronutrient targets, you start with like, what's the size of the diet? That's measured in calories. Then start working in grams of macronutrients, because you don't feel calories in a spoon or put calories on a scale. Like, you eat a mass of food. So let's convert energy into mass and think about mass, because that's just more practical. Right, this person, then it's about, okay, so how big is this person? What are they doing with their body? And what are they trying to achieve? And then if you know those three things, then you can set macronutrient targets, starting with protein, then fat, and then the carbs are kind of the remainder to be appropriate. And it just so happens that over the last 15 years of helping people with this, it comes out to something close to 30, 30, 40 or whatever. 30% protein, 30% fat, 40 carbs. Very commonly, those ratios are quite close. The only problem is, and it's not really a huge problem, is that the belief in the magic of the ratios. Like, how much carbs you have relative to your fats, relative to your proteins, really doesn't make any difference. There's no relationship between those macros. There's a relationship between your total size of your diet, as we've harped on about today already, and the size of your body. There's a relationship between how much protein you're eating and the size of your body and what you're doing with it and what goals you have. Similarly with fat. And then carbs, you can dial them up or dial them down. You can have this super high carb vegan diet. You can have a super low carb Atkins diet. It doesn't really matter. Your body will adapt. It's fine. And then that belief in a magical ratio has now been reinforced by apps, particularly MyFuckUpPal, where you set percentages. So, I want 30% carbs, and people get this belief that I now need to have 30% of my calories from protein. Why? No, you don't. If you need 150 grams of protein a day, then you need 150 grams of protein a day. If you are in a massive deficit, then maybe that's 40% of your calories, not 30%. If you're in a massive surplus, maybe it's 25% of your total calories, not 30%. But it's still the appropriate number based upon the size of your body, what you're doing with it, and what your goals are. So those ratios can move, and it doesn't do anything bad. Okay, so that's the problem, but it's not really a problem, because if you eat natural, healthy foods and you go for 30, 40, 30, like the Zone Diet recommends, you're going to accidentally almost end up in the ballpark of Coach Deasy setting your macros. You're going to be quite close to something that's actually rationally thought out to definitely work. So I think that one's pretty good, but I don't know how famous or popular it got. Maybe it's too complicated.
Yeah.
You got to do some maths, so fuck it.
Yeah, a lot of people, get too frustrated with macro tracking even, and they just refuse to learn it. Nope, just give me a meal plan.
Yeah, well, what I'm talking about is basically the same complexity as macro tracking. You got to work out three numbers, so... And you've got to do your accurate portion control. And that's the other thing that people really don't understand when they go, ew, no, I can't do that macro tracking thing, or if it fits your macros, or flexible dieting, whatever you want to call it, or a zone diet thing. That's too much fuss and bother. The fuss and bother isn't the maths. The fuss and bother is when you're supposed to eat 200 grams of chicken, making sure that it's actually 200 grams. That's like a little bit of work, a little bit of admin hassle every fucking meal. It's focusing your attention on getting the effective food portion control over and over and over. That's the work. So you're never going to avoid the work. People think, I'll just get a meal plan. I'll follow the meal plan. Okay, what does a meal plan say? 200 grams of chicken?
Yeah.
You've still got to do the work to find and measure and portion the 200 grams of chicken. It doesn't matter if you calculate that yourself or if a meal plan gives it to you. The real work and the real hassle is doing that 3, 4, 5 times a day, depending on how many meals you're eating.
Or you can just do it like on the weekend if you meal prep. But yes,
true.
The reason why macro tracking is so effective is because the scales don't lie, as in the scales in the kitchen.
Kitchen scales are the primary fat loss tool.
That is super accurate. There you go. So I remember like you would have clients who would be like, put into the macros. I had 1 medium apple, and you'd be like, well, what is that?
What is that?
And then the answer is, well, you need to weigh the apple. And then that is how you get things so accurate that you will get results. If you want to be lazy and not be accurate, then you won't get results.
Yep. The beauty of macro tracking is it is the final boss. It is the last word. It will 100% definitely work for every human being alive, guaranteed. Asterisks. If they are putting exactly 200 grams of chicken on the scales, exactly 200 grams of chicken in their mouth, and exactly 200 grams of chicken in their macro calorie tracker app, then yeah. And of course, the numbers to begin with have been worked out by somebody competent so that they're going to work. It will 100% work all of the time. Whereas you could tell me to go keto and eat all the fried eggs and bacon and butter in the world, and because there's no carbs and no insulin, I'm going to get skinny and hot. I'll be 300 pounds in no time, right? Like, watch me eat bacon. Like, hold my bacon. I can easily follow your rules and fail terribly. And that's generally true with a bunch of these strange sorcery approaches that aren't just logical and evidence-based and the laws of thermodynamics based. At least that Vogue diet, circling back to the beginning, that's going to work. You're going to lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because of the portion control.
Yeah.
Because of the portion control. You could get, it's, not very many calories of stupidity, and you could have the same calories with something smart or something differently stupid. And all three will work because of the numbers. It's just the numbers. That's all it is.
Yep. Exactly.
Right.
Awesome.
So we've righted all the diet wrongs in the world, have we?
Yeah, well, that was just the ones that I found. But there are loads out there. But maybe another time.
There's a bottomless pit of stupidity out there on the internet. It's all at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Thank God we live in these times.
Yeah.
It's that information paradox that we've got all of the right answers are on the internet. Everything you need to know is there. It's just buried in 99 times the volume of horseshit.
But if you've done any of those diets, please let us know in the comments below in our video. We would love to hear about it.
Absolutely. Cool. I reckon we're done then. So until next time, if you're looking for coaching, no bullshit advice, no sorcery and witchcraft and belief in hormonal fairies that make you fat in the middle of the night against your will, hit some links below. And until then, see you next time.
Bye.